catalyst, pun intended, for an unprecedented transformation. With 1.3 billion people and the world's fastest growing youth population, Africa is the perfect place for innovation. Beyond the foundational work of organizations like IOG and Emerging Africa, the wider Cardano community is stepping up to this challenge with remarkable efforts across the continent. Here are just few examples of how this is happening across Africa. There have been 50 funded project catalyst proposals with $1.8 million US and 3.57 million ADA already deployed to projects in Africa. There were 12 constitutional workshops funded by Intersect, thank you very much, hosted in 11 different countries across the continent. Together, Africa and Cardano are already starting to build a future where innovation meets real-world impact. Building on the alignment between Cardano and Africa that I mentioned earlier, I'd like to share some examples we've gathered from friends and peers across the continent at workshops and other Cardano events. These stories highlight the important role Cardano is playing in these local communities. One, competition to monopoly. Support for startups and young entrepreneurs is almost non-existent in many areas, and in others is stifled by legacy monopolies. The fact that Cardano is a permissionless global economy, that's an incredible alternative to these outdated local systems. Two, in much of the continent, banking services and loan products are practically unheard of, with some exceptions like Kenya, where digital money and payment systems are more common. For the most, the idea of investment or wealth building is very foreign. And lastly, by introducing local communities to the global communities that is Cardano through platforms like Zooms and Twitter Spaces, in spite of all the drama that happens there, we are starting to foster collaboration across Cardano projects. Groups like WADA, Empower, and Light the Nation have taken a lead in these areas. And even with the little efforts that has been made, the results have been transformative, creating amazing opportunities and driving real change in each of these local communities. These examples demonstrate that Cardano is a bridge that is connecting communities and empowering people to reimagine their futures all over the world. Because Cardano is decentralized, it is very hard to collect on-chain data, so we have to resort to just surveys and workshops and just one-on-one conversation. But here are some numbers on the screen highlighting the Cardano communities in Africa and some other numbers in general. From conversations I've had with other workshop hosts and data from my workshop here in Nairobi, here are some things that were top of people's minds when it came to the road to the Cardano Constitution. Almost everyone I've spoken to, and I've heard the same from other hosts, a lot of people wanted the same thing for Cardano to continue and to grow. They wanted that this infrastructure we're building to be inclusive, and they want it to be safe. Thanks for the founding entities for getting us this far. Thanks to Intersect for playing a pivotal role in guiding the Cardano community through this important transition, ensuring the network's continuity. My name again is Darlington with Light the Nation crew here in Nairobi. I'm the Nairobi delegate. Thanks to WADA Africa, thanks to Cardano Africa Academy, King Boaz from Goma, Megan in Cameroon, and everyone working every day to bring Cardano and Africa together.